Hey, it's Amora here to talk about some ease of use tips for Destiny Item Manager again. One of the things that I run into often is running out of bank space, as you can clearly see, and also just having duplicates of items that I'll never ever use. How can we go about fixing this? There's a lot of ways. One way that I've found that's really helpful is tagging items. So what I'm going to do is, you can see that I've tagged quite a few items already. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is search not tagged. And what that's going to do, and if this is your first time doing it, it's going to end up displaying all of your items. Sorry, that's just how it's going to be. But for me, I've done quite a few of these already, so a lot of my items are tagged. I don't want to display any of my exotics currently because I don't care to really compare them right now. So I'm going to go ahead and type in not exotic. It's going to remove all of those. And now you can see I've limited this down to quite a few items. Now I'm going to do, let's say I want to just do weapons for now. I can say not armor, or if I wanted to still display some of my armor 1.0, I could put in not armor 2.0. Okay, so now it's gone ahead and it's just highlighted our weapons. So now what we're going to do is we're going to compare all these items. It's pretty difficult to just compare a single item. It's like, okay, you can click on this one, be like, okay, I kind of like those stats. Click on this one. I don't know, I forgot what I had on this one already. Simple. We're going to go ahead and press this button. What it's going to do is it's going to take all of these and it's going to compare all of the ones that I have. So I've already gone ahead and tagged this one because it has a good roll, and you'll notice that it has. So I'm looking at these items, and some of them look like, I probably wouldn't use. So I'm going to go ahead and press tag as junk. This is a good roll, but I'm probably going to use this one over this one anyway, so I'm just going to tag that as junk as well. What this does, you'll notice back on this part of the screen, because we still have the not tagged modifier in there, as soon as we tag them as junk or keep, they're going to go ahead and fade out, and boom, it did. So that's how you can do that. And then, okay, well now I want to go ahead and I want to start deconning those. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write in tag : junk. And now it's going to display all of the items that I've already tagged as junk. And I can transfer those items by pressing transfer search tag junk. This button will always go ahead and transfer the items that you currently have highlighted by the search bar. There's a lot of stuff that you can do with this search bar if you get proficient enough with DIM. And I hope to keep teaching you guys some stuff. Okay, so that's well and good for weapons. Let's talk about armor now. So I notice I have a few blues in here. So I'm going to go ahead and say is blue. Okay, that's cool. But I also have some other stuff that's blue that maybe I don't want to decon. So we'll say is armor. And then automatically that restricts everything down. Just that. I can go up here. This is where this gets really exciting. Instead of having to go and tag each one of these individually, I can press this button, tag item, junk. And now all highlighted items are going to become tagged as junk and don't have to worry about them anymore. And I can just pull out the tag junk feature and they'll all be pulled. We tagged all those items as junk. It even tagged it as junk in my postmaster, which is pretty cool. So now let's talk about actual stats on gear. So it's kind of a community concept, I guess, that if your armor stat is below 55, it's pretty garbage. That's not always true, depending on if it has a high stat distribution. See if we can find an example here. We can just stat. We can look it up. Base stat mobility, greater than or equal to 20. All right, here we go. So look, this has, even though it's a low stat roll, it's under 55, it has a high mobility stat. Now, would you use that over another armor piece? Maybe not, but it's still something to consider. Now that's just a single stat, right? But what if we wanted to just do total stat? We write in total, it's going to be base stat total, and we're going to go less than or equal to, let's say, for sake of argument, 54, just because we want to keep all of our 55 items. Okay, it's highlighting everything here. Now I want to go ahead and get rid of all my exotics because I don't want to junk them quite yet. I'm going to do that. And now I'm making some progress here. But I don't want to get rid of my collector stuff, all my gambit armor. So I'm going to say, you'll notice I have them tagged already. So I'm going to say is not tagged. And then enter that. And then that's going to get rid of all of those other items. Um, and I have all these other items here that are locked. I don't know why I've locked them. Maybe I was trying to do something with them. I know I was trying to make yeah, for sure. I was trying to make a powerful friends build. So if you guys don't know, it's possible to get a really ridiculous stat distribution if you go ahead and put powerful friends on arc armor that has a mobility stat of 2. Um, and so I was trying to do that. So what we'll also do is we'll say not locked, just for safety. Um, so now I have all these pieces of gear. Class items, for the most part, you just need one of each kind of type. So I can easily junk these. I'll tag this arc one as keep, and then it'll go ahead and fade out. And then I think I should have a void one already. Yeah, I do. It's over here. So I can safely junk all these. So, but now I wanted to keep this one, I think, because it had a high mobility roll. I'll keep that one. Oh, maybe not. Oh, because I tagged that one already, right? So this really, it really lowers the amount of things that you can compare, right? Like if you really wanted to compare all these items, it's not as hard as it was before, because you can go ahead and you can compare them this way, right? So if you really wanted to look and compare them all, you can then tag them in here, and then they can fade out. Like this one's really good, actually. In fact, I'll keep that. It probably has a mod in it, though. Can we look at this piece? If we click on it, it'll actually highlight it inside of dim. Notice in the top right here, it starts to flash. You keep clicking on it. So click on that. I want to look and see. Yeah, it does in fact have a powerful friends, but that's okay. So there's a lot of other really cool tools you can do in here, but like I said before, I could easily just go ahead and press bulk tag junk, and it would just mark all these as junk. And what that also does now is it has tagged all those items for when I need to do this, the next time. It allows for me to have a clean vault. And then, once you're done, you just tag junk. And the cool thing about pulling tag junk is if you transfer tag junk, not only will it pull those items to your character, as we'll see, but it'll also transfer items that wasn't junk to your vault, which is pretty darn cool. So I can safely decon all of these items because I've gone ahead and I've tagged them correctly. Now, there is one more command that you all should get versed with using when junking items, and that is not max power. You notice all those items went to gray? You want to make sure that when you start going through and mass junking things based on their stat totals, that you also include not max power, because you don't want to accidentally delete something. Even though it has low stats, you might want to keep it until you surpass that item, right? So just bear that in mind when you're cleaning everything out. I hope this guide helps. I hope that you guys are able to clear some of your vaults out. And yeah, leave a like if you want. Later.